And we are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream here on YouTube. I feel like it's been months since I've gone live on YouTube because I've been on a Twitch kick right now, which, by the way, if you guys are in here from Twitch, welcome. I appreciate you guys. But I just hit 7K subscribers on YouTube, and I want to give a massive thank you to every single one of you, whether you're watching this, whether you're not watching this, whether you're in the chat or not, whether you're watching one of my other videos, wherever you are right now, if you are subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. It really does mean the world. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the questions because I love doing these Q&As. They're a lot of fun. And I already see we have some people in here in the chat. So if you guys are in here, make sure to hit the like button. It does help out the algorithm. I say that every single time. I think someone could go back and track every live stream in history of Film Stocked. And I've probably said it since June of 2020, at least once or twice. So there's that. But I see we got some people in here, so I'm going to get to the chat. I'm also going to throw this up. Feel free to send in super chats to support the channel. Your questions and comments will be prioritized. It's a way to help support the channel as I continue trying to make this a permanent thing. And yeah, it's also a way to guarantee that I get to your question, comment, or concern. But without further ado, let's get into the chat. Scott, how you doing? 2022's worst enemy. What's going on? We got Alex in here. What's good? Alex says, hello, Chris. Happy Wednesday and congrats once again on 7K. Not a lot of people make it to that milestone. Well, thank you so much, Alex. Your support lately has meant the world. I do greatly appreciate it. And Jason Carr, one of the absolute legends in these streams and on Twitch as well as in here. You're the man, Jason. Thank you so much for the support as always, dude. I cannot thank you enough. Let's see. We got 2022's worst enemy says hype. Alex Hero News says, what's your thoughts on the new episode of Moon Knight? Well, I haven't watched it since, I don't even know, late March, actually, because like I've mentioned, I got to watch them all, the first 4 episodes on the same day. So it's been a while, but this episode had a really good action scene. I remember that. And I remember it got pretty trippy near the end, but I won't say what, just in case you guys haven't seen it. But the action in this episode was pretty solid, if I'm recalling correctly. So there's that. The viewer through, what's going on? Welcome in. Alex Hero News, that's awesome about your YouTube short. Keep on putting them out there, dude. Keep on doing you. Keep on making that content. Am I planning on seeing The Northman? I do, actually. You know, I said for the longest time, I'm not going to watch The Northman. I don't, after I watched The Lighthouse, which it's no surprise now if you guys don't know, I don't like The Lighthouse. Performances are great. Movie's just not my cup of tea. And so I was like very skeptical about, going and seeing this movie, but I am going to go next week and see The Lighthouse, or not The Lighthouse, The Northman. I think it's going to be different. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be this epic movie. The cast is stacked. I saw a trailer actually before I went and saw Ambulance, which, by the way, I've seen Ambulance for those wondering. And I kind of was like, let's go see this movie. Let's give Robert Eggers another chance. So I'm going to see it, and we're going to see what's good. We're going to see if I enjoy it or not. Let's see. We got Yankee88, a legend, in the chat. Have I seen Full Metal Jacket? I still haven't. It's unfortunate. I should have seen it by now. But it was on my 100 movies list that I did in 2020. Now, though, it is on some watch list somewhere for me. I got to watch it eventually, and I will one day. I want to make it clear. I will eventually watch it, but today is not that day. As I sip my water, because I talk a lot on these, and my mouth gets dry. Hydration is key. We're setting the over-under at 20 minutes for the first time I start itching my nose voraciously, because that happens. I think I might have just actually jinxed my nose into itching, so that's never a good thing. Good news, Rambo 4 today in the 3rd episode of Moon Knight. Was Rambo 4 on like a streaming service or something? Let me know, because I think that movie came out a while ago. What was your favorite part of the Stranger Things trailer? Anytime we get to see my man Steve, I'm excited. There's one shot of him in the upside down. It looks like he's got this massive like log paddle bat thing. It's huge, like a big ass pole, and he's like swinging it at this like bat creature, which again, who knows? This is like an evolution of a character that has come so far from being that person, and he's whacking at this thing, and it's just so sick. So that was probably my favorite part. Jason, thank you so much, dude. Congrats once again on 7K. Let's give Reagan from Reagan Talks Movies a shout out for his birthday on Friday the 15th. Absolutely. Jason, you were too kind, man. Thank you so much, as always, for the support. I can't thank you enough, dude. From here to Twitch to Instagram, just getting to talk with you on DMs. It's been a pleasure to get to know you, and I consider you a very crucial part of the community. So thank you so much for that, Jason. You were too kind. Also, everyone go subscribe to Reagan Talks Movies. I believe he is in this chat. I was zooming through. He is in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Right here. Yep, right here. Going to a comic. I cannot speak. Going to a comic convention on Friday, which is my birthday, and I'm pumped. Carrie Elways is gonna. Hell yeah, Carrie Elways. What a guy. What a legend. He's in He's Dr. Gordon. In Saw. He's in Stranger Things, and of course Princess Bride. So enjoy that, dude. Yeah, if you get to meet him, that's awesome. I actually got to meet him recently, so that's pretty cool. We have that in common. But happy early birthday, and yeah, go subscribe to Reagan and Jason. Thank you so much again, dude. You rock. You are an absolute legend, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's see. Where was I in the chat? Somewhere in here. Oh, I answered this one, and I went British for some reason there. Stephen Grant's coming out, guys. I got to contain that. Okay, I answered this. Yeah, Steve was my favorite part of the trailer. Steve is my guy, and guys, I think he might be biting the dust soon. It's got me kind of nerved up, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I've been making some videos on TikTok about it. I'm nervous, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Again, yeah, yo, Reagan, go subscribe to Reagan Talks about movies if you have not. I always leave out the about because of Jaren Talks movies. If I'm being real with you guys, the names I get them mixed up. I apologize, but Reagan Talks about movies. Go subscribe right now. Do you think Steve will die? Okay, yeah, I was just talking about this. My brain's all over the place right now. I apologize, but do I think he will? 75% yes. Do I want him to? Hell no. He's my favorite character in the show. I've loved him since day one. Is that my toxic trait? It might be. I've loved him since day one. That might be a red flag for some people. But I love Steve Harrington so much. He's my favorite character in the show, and his development has been a sight to behold. Essentially, it's just really spectacular what they've done with him. And yeah, I think he will die. I don't want him to. Maybe if he dies, maybe it's season 5. But something is going on with him. If you guys pause some certain shots in that trailer, he looks infected. Something is not right with him fully, and I hope that he gets the help that he needs. I really do. He's just a goat, honestly. So, let's see. Jason Cruz in the house. What's good? How you doing? Where was I? I'm so confused. Okay, I was there. Okay, we're good. I answered this one. Yes, I am seeing the Northman, even though I kind of am indifferent on, like I had mentioned, the Lighthouse. I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. Thank you again, Reagan. I really do appreciate that. 2022's Worst Enemy says, just finish the prequels and the originals and the Skywalker Saga, and they are great. Yeah, I agree. I've played through all 9, and I'm working my way through 100%. I actually played some offline today for the first time. I wanted to be like, you know what? I've played this game entirely on stream. Let me take a little off stream, like soak it in a little bit more. I can focus a little more. I found some of the data cards, or the data pads, I should say, data pads. So I actually unlocked like the 4x studs, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to keep playing off stream. I might do a stream tomorrow night. We'll see. But yes, it's a fun ass game. And the prequels, especially like the lightsaber duels, from the lightsaber duels to the space missions, like when you get to pilot the Falcon, it is the mechanics, the way you can boost the engine. It made me feel like I was piloting it. Like honestly, just like I'm in Disney riding the Smuggler's Run ride. And then of course in the final death, the trench run of the Death Star to New Hope is, oh my God, it put me right in the movie. It was like, I just love it. Anyway, it brings out the little kid in me, and it makes me all happy and bubbly inside. So yeah, that game is a must play for any huge fans. We got Yankee 88 in here again. How are you? I'm doing well. I've been watching many movies recently, and I recommend Boiling Point. It's one. I actually saw that on your Instagram story today, and I looked at it on Letterboxd. I saw you had given it 5 stars. So it's only 92 minutes. That's a movie that I have not heard a single soul talk about except you. So that's definitely one that has piqued my interest, and I might try and look into it. I started talking like the actor who plays Scrum. I want to say the characters, or Scram, Scrap, something like that, in one of the Pirates 4 and 5, the worst Pirates movies. Network 98 says, hey Chris, been a year since I subbed, I think. Well, happy 1 year anniversary to being subscribed to the channel. I hope you've enjoyed the ride. Where was I? Thank you so much, Alex Hero News. Again, always a pleasure to chat with you in the chats, whether that is here or any other on Insta or any of those live streams. Jacob says you need to see the outfit. It really surprised me. Who's in that movie? Is Dylan O'Brien in that movie? I haven't seen it, but I've heard pretty good things from people about it being like a straight up thriller. I know nothing about it except it has Dylan O'Brien. Is Jason Segel in that movie? The guy from How I Met Your Mother, who plays Marshall? Is he, or am I making that up? There's another noteworthy actor in the movie, so let me know. Do you want to play a game? Tobin Bell, Jigsaw. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We got Taco Bell. We also have Burger King. We also have, I think, Wendy's, maybe. Pretty sick. Can't complain. Where was I, though? Let me go back up. All right, so I answered this one and this one. Thanos or Green Goblin for best MCU villain? I got to go Thanos. Goblin's great, but like the thing about Goblin that a lot of people, we can now, here's the thing. We could not call him an MCU villain until No Way Home. He became great outside of the MCU. That's my thing. Like, he is technically an MCU villain, and he is a top 2-3 MCU villain, honestly. But he was a menace before the MCU too. So it's kind of like unearned, in my opinion, to put him at the top spot, just because, like, yes, he is an MCU villain. I'm not taking that away from him, but he wasn't. He originally wasn't written for the MCU, and he was damn great before the MCU and had like a complete arc, and then they brought him into the MCU. So like Thanos was established as this big bad threat in the Avengers post-credit scene, and then we got so much from him, whether that's the flashback scenes with Gamora really kind of showing us his point of view, and then he wins in Infinity War, and then another version of him comes back, and again, it's just a perfect villain. He is the end-all be-all villain of the MCU in my eyes, and I don't know I really don't know how they're going to top him. I don't, so we'll see what happens. Mr. Knight or Moon Knight? Moon Knight for sure, but the Mr. Knight suit's pretty clean. What is one movie that you love that you don't feel like ever seeing? What is one movie that you love that you don't feel like seeing ever again? That's a really good question. I won't say I love this movie. I'll kind of reword the question and say, here's a movie that I think is fantastic that I don't want to watch again. I wouldn't say I love it, but it's fantastic. I just don't really know if I want to watch it again. And it's Schindler's List. I think it's actually Spielberg's best directorial effort. It's just a movie that I don't see myself being like, oh, you know what? It's Sunday afternoon, 1:00. Let's pop in Schindler's List for 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's just not something I'm going to do because of the way the movie makes you feel. It is so emotionally draining and heavy. It's like, oh man, I can't see myself rewatching that one, even though it is a achievement in filmmaking and arguably his best made film. It is just not, I can't put it that high on my, like something to rewatch list, if that makes sense. Hello there, stranger boy. Welcome in. Have I seen Everything Ever All at Once? I did see the movie. I saw this movie, and I honestly loved it. It's grown on me ever since I've seen it. It's one that I can't really get out of my mind. And if you guys have the opportunity to see this in a theater, go see it. I won't say much about the movie at all. I will say it's mind bending, and it's basically creates its own genre, and it's so well done. It's unlike pretty much most movies you'll see nowadays. So because of that, I do recommend trying and catching this one in theaters if you guys get the chance to. It is, it's really damn good. Do I think it's the best movie ever? I don't. Do I think it deserves like the highest rating ever? No. But it's a damn good movie, and you guys should give it a watch if you get the chance. That's my 2 cents on it. Great, great movie. Top 2 of the year. I want to be honest with you. I know you guys can see the Batman post right here. I don't see anything taking that down unless like one of the MCU movies is just phenomenal. But like the Batman, damn, is it a good movie? I love it. All right, let's see. What do I think of Ambulance? Honestly, Ambulance is a fun time. Is it perfect? Hell no. But I went in. This is the cool thing, and this could be bias. You guys know I always go on these streams. I say I was in this movie, and then 2 people walk in right when it started, so I wasn't the first one in alone. Ambulance was the first movie I've ever seen where I was the only body in the entire theater for the whole runtime. Insane, great experience. I sat like dead center of the theater. And there's like 5 rows in like the front, and then there's like the walkway, and then there's the rows. And I sat at the front of like the back part of the rows. So like I had the perfect seat in the house, and I was the only one in there. And like I could prop my feet up on this guardrail, and I was just kind of chilling in the movies, just watching Ambulance. The action is great. Was it borderline nauseating at times? Yes, it was. But it's surprisingly a funny movie too. Like Jake Gyllenhaal had me laughing out loud a few times. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is a star. I think that guy could headline a franchise, honestly, and just a solid flick, you know, better than like the Fast and Furious movies to me, because I don't really like those movies. Like, is it great? No, but it's worth watching, especially if it comes to Netflix. So I actually kind of enjoyed Ambulance. If you want to see like my full review vlog. I had a lot of fun making it. It's on my Patreon, which is linked down below. Shameless Patreon plug incoming. If you become a Patreon member now until the end of the month, you can be entered into the giveaway to win 5 Blu-rays. And I'm also doing a No Way Home giveaway. I have 2 digital codes. If you watch my No Way Home Blu-ray unboxing video, you can watch that, enter the giveaway. But if you become a patron at any phase 1, 2, or 3, any of them, you have 5 extra entries. So there's a little pitch for you for Patreon. But Ambulance, solid. Nicholas, what's going on? Who's a movie or TV character you'd like to see a spinoff for? Great question. I would love to see a spinoff for a character whose name is, drumroll please, because I had it in my head and then it escaped my head, so I have to think now. It was in Star Wars though, and I was talking about it pretty recently with a friend. It is, so we're getting Obi-Wan, hallelujah, right? We're finally getting Obi-Wan. That's long overdue. I have it. Here we go. It's perfect. This is my pitch. Set before the Phantom Menace, we need a show about Dooku as Qui-Gon's master, because that is canon. Canonically, that is correct. Where Dooku is Qui-Gon's master, and we see like the younger Jedi Council. We see a little bit of a younger Qui-Gon, younger Dooku, and we get more exploration on the Jedi mythology. And I think that would be a perfect show that will never happen, but damn, would it be great? That would be so cool, but we're probably never going to see it. So it is what it is. You got to move on, right? What can you do? But that would be elite if we actually got that. So, by the way, I see we have a lot of people in the chat. I'm trying to get through it, as many of them as I can. And if you want to make sure that I get to your question or comment or concern, a super chat is the way to go. It's also a way to help support the channel. But let me see where I was in the chat. I have a lot to get through, so this could be a fun stream. 24 people in here. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys are in here. It helps out with the algorithm. That's what I always say. Let's get to 70 likes for 7K. Is that possible? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll find out. If you guys know what that movie's from, bonus points. If you guys know what that quote that movie's from, bonus points. I can't speak today. If Steve dies, then I die. I mean, like, a part of me will die for sure. Let's see. Lewis in the house. What's going on, Lewis? Glad to see you in here. Lewis, another legend, a longtime legend of the film stock community. Hector, how you doing? I always say your name like that, Hector, because in Pirates of the Caribbean 3, Hector Barbosa comes up and Jack Sparrow goes, Hector. And it's a really funny line. So welcome in, Hector. Thank you again for the support. Do I think Thor is getting postponed? I do not. I think Thor is going to come out. I think they're going to release the trailer at the end of the month so that it plays before Multiverse Madness in theaters. For the longest time, I thought we were going to get the damn trailer this week, and I was really upset about it for a little bit. I was like, hey, we are going to get this trailer. It's coming. We just got to be patient. I don't think they're going to put it at the end of Multiverse of Madness like they did for No Way Home with Multiverse of Madness, having that be the post-credit scene. I think we're going to get it, and it's going to be glorious. I think it honestly, Taika, like, this is the thing about this movie is it's its own entity. It does have Guardians in it. It has like Valkyrie but it's not like multiversal. It's the first like chill MCU movie we've had, I'd say, since Shang-Chi, because Eternals is a little too grand. Shang-Chi was fire, but this I think is going to be its own contained thing. Oh my gosh. It has potential to be like top tier MCU. It has potential to be the best MCU movie of the year over Multiverse of Madness. Let's see. I have not seen Man in the Arena. Have I seen Cobra Kai? I still haven't. I know I made a false promise to you guys that I was going to start doing reactions, but then I had some discussions with friends, and I really kind of reevaluated what I wanted to do with the channel. I was like, I don't think reaction videos are right currently. Maybe one day. I'm not closing that door off permanently. Maybe one day I'll return and say, hey, I'll do reactions to the show. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch Cobra Kai ever. Whenever, I need some inspiration to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. So I really need to think on it. But it's not, I'm not shutting it up. I cannot talk today. I'm not like straying away from it completely, but I will watch it one day probably. All right. Okay. Looking for the next question here. My nose is all itchy. And by the way, it was under. I said earlier in the stream, the over under 20 minutes, and at 19:20, I had to start itching my nose. So 19 minutes is the pace. Am I going to stream more Skywalker Saga? I am. Burnt Cheese Ball. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow, but I don't want to guarantee it. But hopefully tomorrow I get another stream of another more free play side missions in that game. Ruben says, what Marvel movie villain would you like to see next in a Marvel movie? Good question. I would like to see... I know this character is coming, and like I was talking about this recently. My fan cast for this character won't happen because they've already played another Marvel villain in a past film. But Michael Fassbender as Doctor Doom, make it happen, right? In a Fantastic Four movie, but it's not going to happen. So I got to move on from it. But I am excited to see Gore the God Butcher played by Christian Bale. That's going to be something special. Justin with an absolute heater of a question. What are your top 3 Nickelodeon shows? We're going to go Drake and Josh number 1 without no competition. We're then going to go, I'm going to exclude Avatar The Last Airbender because I haven't seen it in so long that it doesn't feel right to put it on here. SpongeBob's a solid one, but I'm honestly going to go original iCarly, not the new one, but the original iCarly, Drake and Josh, and I'll throw a bone to like Zoe 101. That one's pretty solid. Yeah, and Victorious is an honorable mention. Big Time Rush is an honorable mention. But I went live action. I went the live action route. There's some solid animated Nick stuff, but I went live action. I had to do it. They have a Comic-Con in London coming up, and you got to pay 500 something I don't know, currency that I always mix up, just to have a photo with Clark Gregg. Wow. With Coulson. That would be cool, but that I'm assuming that relates to $500 in the US, or maybe even more, depending on the what's it called? The exchange rate. I believe that's what it's called. International exchange rate. Is that what it's called? Someone let me know. But I think that's a lot of damn money for one photo. So if you love the character, might be worth it, but maybe not. Who's my favorite TV show character? I'll give you one from Marvel, Star Wars, and then a legit TV show because I don't want to. The Mandalorian, Din Djarin from Star Wars. From Marvel, I would probably say honestly Kate Bishop. She's awesome. Queen, and then in like regular TV, it's hard to like not say. I'm a huge Jesse Pinkman guy for Breaking Bad. Like I know Walter White is like probably the best character in Breaking Bad, but I love Jesse Pinkman. So I'm gonna go like Jesse, or in Game of Thrones, I love the Hound. The Hound's my guy. The Hound's my guy. I love the Hound. So I might say him, or like Steve Harrington, but there's a lot of TV characters out there like Frank Castle, the Punisher. So, I mean, there's like 10. I gave you like 10. So love all those characters. We got McDonald's in the house. What's good, McDonald's? Most hype shows this year. I'm going to answer this, Lewis, but I'm not going to say any Star Wars or Marvel shows. Here we go. April 24th, Barry season 3. That show is fantastic. I'm on the Barry train, Lewis, and I know I talked about this on the Twitch stream. I need some people to talk to about Barry. If you guys watch Barry, let me know, please. It's Bill Hader. He is a hitman, but he wants to be an actor after going to an acting class. When he has to take someone out, he follows them into an acting class, and he becomes an aspiring actor, but there are conflicts of interest. And it's in LA. It's a great damn show. It's 30-minute episodes, 8 episodes per season, I want to say. It's funny as hell, darkly comedic, but also it's just a very entertaining show. You guys should watch it. It's very deep. It ended on a pretty big cliffhanger back in the day, so you guys should watch it. That's all I'm saying. It's on HBO Max. Another one would be Ozark. I loved the first part of season 4. We're getting the rest of that in 2 or 3 weeks. So Ozark, The Boys, of course, Stranger Things, of course, and then there's a few more, but they're escaping my mind. Under the Banner of Heaven with Andrew Garfield excites me. But I'm honestly, Barry and Ozark are like, I'm really, really excited for those. And The Boys, of course, Lewis. The Boys slaps. Great TV. If I could switch sides with any character from the MCU TV shows alone, who would I pick? Who would I switch with? Probably not Mark Spector. I'd probably switch lives with TV shows. I'm trying to think of the TV shows. I would probably switch with MCU TV shows. No one from WandaVision. No one from Bucky's too tortured past. Let's see. I would probably go like. This is tough. This is a good one. I'm thinking on it real quick. You know what? Lucky the pizza dog from Hawkeye. Just eating pizza, being a dog, having no worries in the world. There you go. Lucky the pizza dog from Hawkeye. Am I a fan of Stanley Kubrick? Not particularly. The Shining is my favorite of his, but I haven't seen a ton of his work, and I don't really aspire to. And honestly, that's just my opinion. Hello there. Am I going to rewatch The Batman when it comes to streaming? Absolutely. I plan to, at least. I mean, we'll see if I end up doing it, but I do plan to. That's honestly, I kind of agree. Stanley Kubrick a little overrated from what I've seen, in my opinion. Do I have Game Pass? I think Xbox Game Pass. I think I have it, but I'm not sure. I think I may have had it at one point. I don't remember, quite frankly. Lewis says from 5, because Lewis was in my top, one of my original subscribers. 7,000. You've come so damn far, Chris, and I'm so incredibly proud of you. Seeing you grow, not only as a YouTuber, but as a person, makes me happy. Well, Lewis, I can't thank you enough, and I'm very happy that we started that group chat, the Film Stock Mods, and I'm happy you are a Film Stock Mod, Lewis, because your support has meant the world, and it really does more than I can say on the words. I can say these words, but like inside, it's had like an impact on me, and it's helped me grow as a person. YouTube, it's helped me gain confidence and change like my views of what I may want to do in my life and all these different things. Had a different outlook on life, got to be a lot more confident as a person and talk to new people. So thank you so much, Lewis. It means a lot. Yankee 88, what are your thoughts on Scream 3? I think it's not great, but it has a great final showdown. It's the worst Scream movie to me. I don't like the killer reveal, and it's a snoozer at times. It's like I hate how they rely on like Sydney's mother and these stupid like flashbacks. It's the worst Scream movie by far to me, but it's not terrible. It's just I can't really get on board with it. I have a lot of catching up to do, by the way, but I am gonna just go through it as quick as I can without rushing. Let's see. What's one movie everyone tells you to watch but you never have? Cough, The Lost Boys Cough. You may be onto something with that. That's one of them. I know you guys like it in the group chat, but I'm gonna say, what's one that people always say? Oh, you gotta watch this movie. I have a list. Let me pull it up. It's on my notes. What's one that people always say? Oh, you gotta watch this. Let's go to Letterboxd very quickly, and I will go and I will tell you guys. Watch list. Let's see if it'll load. That would be awesome. Okay, a lot of people say I should watch. Let's see. Full Metal Jacket is actually one of the movies. We talked about that earlier. Lethal Weapon I haven't seen. I definitely need to watch that. But Almost Famous, a lot of people have said I need to watch, and I haven't, and I'm damn ashamed of it. But Almost Famous, a lot of people on YouTube have said, oh, you got to watch Almost Famous. So that's one that I can definitely add to the list. I definitely need to check that one out sooner rather than later, hopefully. Let's see. Where was I in the chat? There I am. All right. Have I seen The Outsiders? I have. We read that book in middle school, and it's one of the few books where I read ahead in class. Like we were supposed to read certain chapters by class the next day. I like read the whole damn book in like one sitting, essentially, or over like 2 sittings, because it's spectacular novel. S.E. Hinton, I want to say, wrote it. I could be wrong. And the movie is pretty solid. I owned the DVD at one point, and I don't have the Blu-ray though. Mark Rylance is in the outfit. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I did see this. Yeah, this was actually kind of sad. Did you guys see on Twitter today? They released like a clip of Scrat from Ice Age, and he finally got like the acorn that he'd been searching for the entire time as like a farewell to Blue Sky. It was really kind of sad because I remember watching that first Ice Age. I was in Ohio for some reason, like visiting like family friends, and we had like rented the DVD. I watched it, and then like I saw the first. I saw 2 in theaters. I saw 3 in theaters. I watched 4 on a plane. I haven't seen 5. I think they released a 6th, and I haven't watched that show. But it was like kind of profound watching this squirrel Scrap finally get the acorn that he's been chasing. It was like, this is the end of like an era. Like this gag is finally over, and it's kind of sad, honestly. So if you guys haven't seen it, you should look it up. Young Jesus, what's good? Peace, Reagan. Thank you for stopping by. Everyone go check out his channel. Does Everything Everywhere All at Once live up to the hype? Yes, I think it does. I don't think it's the greatest movie of all time, like it's been labeled by some, but it's one of the more unique movie-going experiences I've had in quite some time. And it's just, like I said, it creates this genre of its own. It blends all these different elements from other genres into one, and it's bizarre. It's very wacky. It may not be for everybody, but I dug it, and I recommend it. I really do. Thoughts on Multiverse of Madness apparently being even bigger than No Way Home, Endgame, and Infinity War combined? I don't like to use this term, but I think that is cap. I sound like a boomer when I said that. But no, I think that there's just no way. I mean, the same thing can be said about, like, they always want to hype up the next big thing, right? And for example, they were talking about how, Moon Knight they don't pull the punches. It's so brutal. And like through 3 episodes, have any of you seen anything that's that disturbing or grotesque? I mean, like I would argue again, that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode where John Walker smashes the guy's chest in is more brutal than anything we've seen in Moon Knight. I would die on that hill. And It's just like I think they have to get the buzz going. It's always, the buzz right now it has to be the biggest best thing. So I get it. You want to spread word of mouth, but I don't know. I mean, I could be eating my words though, because the only way it could do that, Lewis, is if we saw Deadpool, a lot of X-Men characters, and like a lot like Ghost Rider and all these characters from past movies, all of them. And then we got to throw in a Toby or an Andrew. That's the only way that it could really be like that huge. If we got like a Tom Cruise, which I don't want Tom Cruise as Iron Man, but if we got that, it would be pretty big because you're bringing that character into the MCU. So that's the only way I think it could get that big. But to top like those 3 movies, that is nuts. So I don't know if it's possible. Justin says thoughts on The Prestige. Fact. It's one of the more underrated Nolan films. It's actually my second favorite Nolan movie, right behind Inception. It's a masterpiece in my opinion. Really believe that it is. It's what's perfect 3-act structure, and it's a movie that there's so many details on a rewatch to like study. It's magnificent, and I think that it is overlooked personally. Samuel says, how blasphemous is it that I have never seen the original Star Wars trilogy or the Indiana Jones movies? It's kind of egregious, but I mean, I think actually it is pretty bad because if you have Disney Plus, it's bad because Star Wars is on there. Indiana Jones is more forgivable, but the original Star Wars trilogy is like the quintessential, like if you had like, that's the first trilogy I think you should ever watch. If you had to sit down and say, you need to watch 10 trilogies in your life, I'd take that over Lord of the Rings and Dark Knight. And those are also on the list, but I'm saying, I think I have my point over here because I got my Star Wars posters, but that is like the peak of like a hero's journey story. And it's cinema. I think it's just must watch. Bernie, the movie geek, what's good, dude? Welcome in. Hope all is well. We got Mad Titan. Hello there. Welcome in. Lewis says, basic question, but what is your least favorite movie of the year so far? By far, let me go to my letterbox. It's by far gotta be, I think, the 355, but I might have seen a worse one. Let me check real quick. Nope. There's a worse movie. Morbius. Morbius is ass. Sorry. It's Morbius. Least favorite of the year. That movie sucks. Sorry. Do I think I will ever make a favorite movies of all time list? I may. I've gotten a lot of requests to do that, but I may do that. I may. I've done a top 20 or 25, I think, but I haven't done a actual list. It would take a lot for me to do that because I love a lot of movies. But if I would probably have to rewatch a bunch and make it like I dedicate a year just to rewatching my movies that are in contention, and then I could kind of narrow it down or whittle it down to that. That's kind of what I would have to do. All right, where was I in the chat? By the way, if you want to guarantee I get to your question, because there's a bunch in here I'm scrolling through, I'm trying to find where I was. Super chat is the way to go. It's also a way to help support the channel. It is not at all required. I just appreciate you guys being here. Also, running a digital code giveaway for No Way Home. If you guys check out my most recent video, you could possibly win No Way Home. I'm giving away 2 codes, so you have a pretty good chance of winning. So feel free to go enter that giveaway. All right. Where was I? I bought the VHS of the original Star Wars cut. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah. You're fortunate because those are unaltered, meaning you're getting to watch the pure version of the film the way they were originally released and intended to be viewed, in my opinion. Dun, 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 dun. We got Abby in the house. What's good, Abby? Do a Mount Rushmore video of your Mount Rushmore videos. Inception. Mount Rushmore Inception. What is the best experience in IMAX? For me, it was probably, I didn't see the Batman in IMAX. No Way Home is hard to top in IMAX, honestly. But it was cool to see Endgame in IMAX too. And I think I saw Shang-Chi in IMAX, which was cool. So all those are really cool IMAX experiences. I bet the Batman was the best though, if I would have gotten to see it in IMAX. I just didn't. Yes, Jacob, Batman is my favorite of the year so far. With ease, I would say, actually. What's your favorite Michael Bay movie? It's probably like, honestly, I haven't seen enough. I've only seen, like, I can't even tell you how many I've seen. I haven't seen The Rock, which is on my watch list now. But I think it's probably like Transformers or like Ambulance. Like I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen The Rock. I haven't seen the Bad Boys movies. I haven't seen Armageddon, Pearl Harbor. So there's a bunch I have not seen, like I mentioned. But Ambulance was more entertaining than some of the Transformers movies. I can say that with my chest. Let's see. Where would this go? Arthur, welcome in. No worries at all. Do I think Batman 2 would be better than the first? It's going to be damn hard to do that because I'm worried. I'm worried about the trilogy's the sequels topping the original. I just don't know if it's possible because the Batman was so damn good. It could though, depending on which villain they get, and who plays the villain and how well it's written. If they go the Joker route, maybe, which it looks like they may. But hey, we'll see. I think I did a decent job pitching Barry. Let me know what you guys think. Do I love Harry Potter? I do love Harry Potter. The movies, especially. Yeah, the movies mainly. Not like Fantastic Beast as much, but the Harry Potter movies, yes. How did the shows Daredevil and Punisher compare to the best superhero films of all time? Hard to compare shows to movies, in my opinion. I even kind of stand by this when it comes to the MCU stuff, but I mean, like Daredevil and Punisher as complete bodies of work are better than a good chunk of the MCU, better than most of the crappy Batman movies. And I say that because like I just rewatched the Batman movies. Like the Batman and the Dark Knight trilogy are the best Batman movies by miles. The other Batman films are crappy for the most part in my eyes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that upsets you guys, but that's just how I feel. So they're pretty high up there. They're very quality. And among other TV shows, they're pretty high up there, like amongst the ranks of maybe some of the best TV shows personally that I've seen. I feel like, with TV shows, it's hard to do like these are my favorite. You could say favorite, but like the best TV shows is difficult because there's so many TV shows out there to watch, and that's a lot more time commitment than watching some movies. For example, you could spend your day watching 5 2-hour-long movies, and that's 5 individual bodies of work, stories complete, and you couldn't even finish. Like you could maybe equate that to like 13 episodes of TV if they were 45 minutes. So like maybe that's insane. That's wild. Is there something in my room? No, it's a reflection on my other monitor. I was like, what the hell was that? Welcome in, Lord. I'm doing well. Hope you are too. Jason says, did you see the Oppenheimer set photos? I actually did. Someone I think tagged me in that or something. And RDJ looks a little bit old. He's got a gray hair thing going. And yeah, I did see that. I'm excited for that movie. It's got arguably I'm not even arguably. I think it has the biggest and best cast of all time, without a doubt. So, yeah, I'm excited as hell for that movie. I think it's going to be sick. Where was I though? Let me scroll back up. I'm gonna do a little bit of a speed round here. You guys know how it is because I'm so bloody far behind right now. Where even am I? There I am. Okay, a little bit of a speed round. Jason Carr says, pre-ordered the Batman Steelbook from Best Buy, the Walmart exclusive in the 4K. Batman Hype is real. The Batman is cinema. Got the poster right there. Like I said, damn good film. Favorite of the year. What's your favorite scene from Infinity War? It's definitely got to be, I know it's generic, but it has to be. There's actually 2 of them. One where where Thor comes on Wakanda. Something in my throat. Sorry. It's one of the best MCU moments. But another one would be when Thanos fights Iron Man. All that for a drop of blood, and then he stabs Iron Man. The whole theater went, and it went dead. Silent. You could hear a pin drop. So those are my 2 favorite moments probably in that movie. Scrolling through here quickly. If there was a biopic, what actor would you cast? Who would you guys cast? Because I feel like I'm not worthy of doing that. So let me know in the chat who you would cast as me. I feel like weird if I were to cast myself. Arthur, the man, thank you again for being in here, dude. I really do appreciate it. Glad I've gotten to, chat with you more in the Twitch streams lately. It's very cool. Wolverine says, what's up? Changed my YouTube name. Used to be Dark Knight. I recognize that. Yeah, welcome in. Tate in the house. Go Dogs. Hope you're doing well, Tate. It's clear to see that Disney recognized that the sequels were a flop. Also, many of the actors don't want to come back. What do you think Disney will do with these movies? Remake them? I think they're just going to leave them to exist. And I think that the Mandalorian timeline, like the things after Return of the Jedi, will fill in some of the gaps, but I don't see them really going back to that time period or even going post that time period. I think that it's far enough away from everything that they can kind of just let it be and have it exist. I do think it's a bummer. The only thing that is a bummer is that at Disney World and Disneyland, the actual Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the park is set canonically in the sequels. So that is unfortunate that we're kind of stuck with that, but I do kind of agree that they're not really going to touch the sequel's time period too much. Favorite piece of merch in your room right now? Let me take a sip of water. Sorry, guys. Something's in my throat. I would have to say these posters right here, Punisher and Batman. Like I got them from this guy at a con in Atlanta, and I wish I got more. They had like I regret it. I'm kicking myself. They had one for Stranger Things. They had one for The Boys. They had all these things laid out, and I only wanted 2. It was 2 for $20, and I should have got like 6 for how many? 6 for like 60? Is that 10 a pop? Yeah, I should have got 6 for 60. So kind of bummed, but it is what it is. Lewis, I know you're gone now, but hope you have a good night. Jacob says Barry is amazing. Ozark is amazing too, and The Boys. Yes, all 3 of those shows are spectacular. Ben, Meters Reviews, what's good? Congrats on 7K. I remember when you were just hitting 1K, so well deserved. Thank you so much, dude. Always, great to chat with you in the Twitch streams, Instagram DMs. Even we collab for Peacemaker. That was a lot of fun too. So I see the question here. What are you looking forward to most in Stranger Things Season 4? Just like, honestly, I heard the Duffer Brothers describe it as a Game of Thrones season because it's so spread out. So, I mean, we're probably going to get I hope the writing is fantastic. And it's like we spend our time with these characters, seeing them travel. Because I know that I think that, Mike's they're going to California for spring break. I know that the buyers are already there, but I think Mike's legit going out there. So seeing them travel, because in Game of Thrones, traveling is where most of the great dialogue happens with the Hound and Arya in season 3, I believe that is, right? No, season 4, excuse me. Season 4. That is some of the best stuff. So I love when there's these pairings of characters, and it looks like we're having that with great character moments for dialogue that's going to build up something epic because it's going to be a war. They're going to war in the Upside Down. So biggest budget ever. Also, just excited to see my boy Steve, and hopefully he lives. I was talking about it earlier. Not looking like it's going to be the way. I think the reason Love and Thunder trailer hasn't come out is because it could tie into Moon Knight. I disagree. I think that they're just waiting until Moon Knight finishes to or waiting till the end of Moon Knight essentially to full on promote it. But honestly, at this point, I think they're just waiting closer to Multiverse of Madness coming out, so that the first movie in theaters that has Thor: Love and Thunder's trailer attached to it is Multiverse of Madness. That's kind of my logic for it now, or at least me trying to explain it, because I think they should have released a teaser by now. But again, I guess I'm just trying to justify it. By the way, if you guys are new, make sure to hit the like button. It does help out. Let's see how many likes we have, and then let's do it. I always like to set like goals on these streams, because why not? To quote my boy Cliff Booth, we are at 27 likes. So if you guys are in here, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get to 70 on the replay, guys. Go big or go home. 70 likes. Let's do it for 7K. We got a super chat from the man, Trevor. Thank you so much, Trevor. I love you too, brother. And thank you so much for hopping in here. You are the man. Next week, guys, someone might be making a return to the channel. We might have a stream next week planned. So stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. And it's going to be a damn fun one. So stay tuned, and I'll keep you guys updated. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Where was I in the chat? All right, I answered this one, and I answered this one, and this one. Am I going to go to more cons? I believe so. I just don't know which ones yet, but I believe I am. Aaron Johnson says, hello, Chris. Congrats on 7K. I honestly think that Disney Plus needs to do more detective shows. They need an animated series that in the vein of MacGyver 85 with a variety of Disney characters. Yeah, I think Disney Plus could do so much more than they're doing. In regards to, they have Marvel and Star Wars, but they could make just original content that's more catered to adults. I feel you've got the Punisher and Daredevil on there. Make more original adult content. But then again, it just goes to Hulu, right? So who knows? It's kind of a bummer. But yeah, I kind of agree. I like the detective genre, the Batman style movies. That stuff's awesome. Or even a Knives Out type movie, a murder mystery that's more family friendly in a way. That, more lighthearted is the word I'm looking for. That would be cool. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, not opposed. Almost Famous is in my top 15 of all time. Well, that's incentive for me to watch right there. I really got to check it out. I know there's a scene apparently with Rocket Man, or is it Tiny Dancer? I forget. I think it might be Tiny Dancer, actually. Tiny Dancer by Elton John, not Rocket Man. They're 2 of his most famous songs, though. Let's see. Chat. Have you played Batman Arkham Asylum? That is a great game. I played for the first time on PS Now and completed the game 1 month ago. I have played parts of Asylum. I know what happens, but I've played all of Arkham City, all of Origins, and all of Night. And it's one of my favorite video game series ever. It's not as replayable and like rewatchable for movies, replayable just because like it's a very you have to be in a certain mood to play it because it's like a dark game, like physically hurts my eyes at least because of how dimly lit it is. It's all at night, but the story is fantastic and I love kicking ass in that game, finding the Riddler trophies. There's a lot to it. Do you think you'll be making more Unusual Couple podcast? Great question. I know a lot of people have been asking, and I think it's actually going to make a return sooner rather than later. We've taken about 2 months off from it, and I know that's kind of the cycle is we take 2 months off, and then we do some episodes, and then we take 2 months off. But things are looking up for it. That's what I'll say, and I think there might be one by the end of the month, maybe actually. So I don't want to guarantee it, but I think one's coming fairly soon, maybe even next week, maybe. Stay tuned. We saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2 yesterday. Very nice. What'd you think? Ben, what's going on? How you doing? Let's see. What's a movie you wish you saw in theaters? I wish I saw Inception in theaters originally, but I got to see it when it re-released during the pandemic. I also wish that I got to see like the original Star Wars movies, but I never did. Alas, I did not. So kind of a bummer. Even the prequels I didn't get to see. Ian, welcome in. Hope all is well with you too, man. I've been busy, but I wanted to know if you and Cam still have the PO box open. If so, when do you check it? Yes, it's open. And actually, I did see. I haven't opened. I saw that you sent me something, and Cam sent me a picture because Cam actually lives. I don't live close to it, so it's like closer to her. So like I don't get to go out there and check it all the time. But I did see. I have mail, so I will be checking that out probably within the next 2 or 3 days when I get to, because I think she picked it up. So when I go see her again, I will check it out and I will message you on Instagram. But thank you for sending something out. It does mean a lot. And I hope you're doing well, dude. I know we haven't talked in a minute, but I hope all's well with school and life. I hope it's all groovy. If you ever need to talk, you can message me. Mad Titan says going to see Secrets of Dumbledore with my mom tomorrow. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I have a review on the channel. If you guys did not know, I have seen the film and I have a review up. It's better than the second one, but I don't love it. All right, time for a legit speedrun now. What are my take on foreign films? They're great. I mean, I love Seven Samurai. I love Akira Kurosawa. I mean, Hidden Fortress is awesome. Parasite, what's another one that I like? What's it called? Blanking. I blanked out, but foreign films are great. I mean, I haven't seen enough. I barely even scratched the surface at all, but I'm not like against foreign films or anything. I think they're awesome and they're movies. I think they should be watched just like any other movie. I mean, great storytelling out there that it's honestly unexplored. I feel that's the word I would use to describe it. Unexplored. I wish that I had seen more. I really do. Do you want to see a Justice League sequel? There was a time where I wanted to see like the continuation of the Snyderverse, but that ship has sailed. Clearly, they're not going to do it anymore, and DC's kind of screwed themselves with the whole Cavill thing, and I'm very salty about it, to say the least. Do I like Ambulance? I talked about it earlier. I do have a review/movie theater vlog on my Patreon, so feel free to check that out. Link is down below. But yeah, it's actually a solid movie. I had fun with it, to say the least. What was the first MC movie you saw in theaters? Mine was Iron Man 2 as well. I did not see The Incredible Hulk, and I didn't see the first Iron Man. I rented it from Blockbuster back in the day when that was a thing. And then every movie from Iron Man 2 I've seen in the theaters from the MCU. All right, we're catching up in the chat here, actually. I did not even realize. What's my favorite movie this year so far? Gotta be The Batman. Robert Englund is Stranger Things. Yeah. The Freddy Krueger, the actor who plays Freddy Krueger is in Stranger Things, so that's pretty awesome. Caleb says, I still stand by my statement that Ep 9 should have taken place moments after Ep 8 and focused on the reinforcements coming to Crate late and the entire movie being a giant space battle. That would probably be better than what we got. The Rise of Skywalker is unfortunate to have existed, and I don't really care for it. And replaying that, or should I say, looking through it again on the Lego game, made it even more kind of unbearable, honestly. So, yeah, I don't care for 8 or 9 at all, unfortunately. But The Force Awakens is a lot of fun. So there's that. Let's see. Jaden says, how do you think the time traveling process would physically happen in the show? For example, would they touch the clock and appear in a different time or wormhole? Okay, in Stranger Things. So here's my thing. I think that I think there's an opening in the Creel house. Like that clock is in the Creel house, I think. And I think there's going to be kind of like in Harry Potter when they have, damn, and the name's escaping me. They like apparate in Harry Potter, I think it's called, when they like go from place to place. I think they're going to have like, or it's at the beginning of Goblet of Fire. They all circle around, and Cam would know it. She's way bigger. Like she knows the terminology of Harry Potter better than me. There's a specific term. It's like a pad. It's escaping me, and that's unfortunate. You like touch it, and it's like a portal. I think they're going to have something like that, and the clock might be it. I think it's going to take them to the upside down. That's kind of where I'm going with it, and they'll probably discover that early on. But yeah, that's what I think. It'll be like a portal between the upside down. But I also think that Billy is still alive through one of these creatures in the upside down, and he is going to be communicating with Max, and somehow that is going to like open a portal or something. And I think that could definitely do with it too. I've seen the Batman 5 times, twice in IMAX. Hell yeah, I've only seen it 3 times, but good on you, Arthur. I know Jason has seen it a ton as well. Who is your favorite Spider-Man actor? Andrew Garfield for sure. Yeah, Andrew. He's the man. Should have won an Oscar this year. Would you want the Batman universe to explore the more supernatural aspects of Gotham? I've thought about this, and honestly, I don't know. I think that I like how it is right now as the more realistic detective take. I don't really want it to go too unrealistic. I like it being a little more on the realism side of things. But again, a lot of people may disagree with me and want to see it, explored in other ways. So who knows? Thank you, Alex Connor. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Dank's in the house. Thank you so much. You'd always love seeing you. Hope all is well, Dank. Thank you for stopping by. Have I ever played The Force Unleashed? I've played parts of it, parts of both games, the first and the second, but I have never actually fully played it. So I know of it and I'm like familiar with it, but I've never fully played it, unfortunately. So that's kind of a bummer, honestly. I've never seen the Umbrella Academy, so I probably won't review season 3. Should I watch the show, though? Maybe. I have such a long TV watch list and movie watch list. I doubt I'll get around to that one, but I could possibly look into it. Hunter says, thoughts on the Fox X-Men movies? If so, what is your favorite of them all? Great question. I like the newer one. I like First Class, Days of Future Past a lot. I think Logan and the Deadpool movies are awesome. I like some of the original ones. I don't care for some of the newer ones. And Origins Wolverine is trash. But my favorite of them all is probably Days of Future Past and First Class. If we're talking exclusively movies with X-Men in the title, those are my favorite. But Logan is also probably the best of them all. So there's kind of that too. If Logan counts as X-Men, which it pretty much does, I think Logan, Days of Future Past, First Class. I'm going to rewatch every X-Men movie leading up to Multiverse of Madness. So that should be fun. Alrighty. Dun, 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 dun. If I would cast Chris in a biopic, it would probably have to be Chris Pratt, and I would cast Cam. I would do Daisy Edgar Jones or Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, interesting. Millie Bobby Brown's too young to play Cam. Cam's 22, but Daisy Edgar Jones she's like my age, I think. So that would make sense. I like that casting, but yeah, Chris Pratt, interesting. Well, yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys say. I think that was the only answer to that question. I'm the guy who said Liam Neeson should be in Kenobi on a live stream weeks ago. I stand by that completely. I think Qui-Gon should be in here as a Force Ghost in like the first episode or two, because again, in Revenge of the Sith, we get that whole thing where he's like, much training I have for you, an old friend from the past, Master Qui-Gon. And that's in Revenge of the Sith. So I think yes. Have I watched any Park Chan-wook's movies? I have not. I think he directed Old Boy. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen Old Boy if he is the director. And if he is not the director, I apologize for misspeaking sincerely. I'm actually going to look that up right now. I'm going to look up Old Boy on IMDb. Old Boy. Yes, that is the director. Cool. Haven't seen any of his movies. Rise of Skywalker is my second favorite Star Wars movie. Thoughts? Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, of course. It's my least favorite Star Wars movie. I just don't like what it does to Star Wars. I think it's ridiculous, actually, that Palpatine comes back and they shoehorn that all in. The movie offends me deeply, like as a Star Wars movie, but I'm happy that you enjoy it though. Let's see. What do you think they should do with Spider-Man in the MCU at this point? Honestly, I've thought about it both ways. In one path is don't bring back Ned or MJ or anything. Just have them meet new people and carry on, and then team up with like the Avengers level team or go up against those threats whenever it's necessary. But another part's like maybe we should have him, come back for MJ and all those people. But who knows? I think they need to stay the hell away from like the Sony villains exclusive. Like stay the hell away from them. But again, they're gonna make another movie soon. It makes them so much money, both the MCU and Sony, that they kind of have to make more. And everyone loves Spider-Man. He's arguably the most popular superhero ever. So you got to make another one. What do you do? I don't know. You could go symbiote, but it's kind of like we've seen that, but they kind of teased it, so I don't really know what they're doing. Ever seen Gone with the Wind? I've seen parts of it, but I've never fully seen the movie. And I've seen like probably an hour of it in school, so I've never fully seen it. But it was fine. I didn't hate it. It's just a really long ass movie. Let's see. What would I like a Stranger Things spinoff to be about? Anything but the other test, whatever you want to call them, like 07 instead of like 11. I think it was Stranger Things season 2, episode 7. God awful characters. Anything but that. But honestly, I don't want a spinoff unless it was about like Steve. But I feel like there's going to be a spinoff, but I don't know who it's going to be about. I don't know. I'm curious, but I just think they need to move on at some point. But I know they won't because it's such a huge brand for them. What's my favorite Best Picture winner of the 21st century? Probably like honestly, The Departed. I'm trying to think. The Departed, probably. Yeah, love that movie. That's my answer. The Departed. Let's see. Do I watch any cartoons? Not currently, but growing up, I mean, Star Wars: The Clone Wars is a cartoon, right? So I watched that. I like Tom and Jerry a lot as a young kid too. That was a fun one. And Scooby Doo, like the classic Scooby Doo, I enjoyed all those. Excuse me. Have I seen Batman Beyond? That's my favorite childhood TV show. I have not. Maybe episodes here and there, but I've actually never seen it. But I watched some Batman animated movies fairly recently. I watched Mask of the Phantasm. I watched Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2 and Long Halloween, and I enjoyed certain elements of all of them. I like the Dark Knight Returns one's the best. That was really damn good. But yes, I have seen animated Batman, but I have not seen that show. I haven't seen Batman in the animated series either. I think that might be the same or different shows. I'm not sure. Who would I cast as Magneto in the MCU? My choice would be Mads Mikkelsen. That's a great choice. My thing with Mads Mikkelsen is I feel like he is the Tom Holland. Like anytime there's a new franchise and you need a new hero or headliner, everyone's like, oh, Tom Holland or Timothée Chalamet, which they're both great actors and I respect it. But I feel like anytime the villain conversation comes up, everyone goes, oh, Mads Mikkelsen. First of all, you can't really do Mads because he already played Caecilius and Doctor Strange in the MCU, and he is now like Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and he was like a Bond villain. He's like, it's become tired of him being a villain almost. That would be good. I wouldn't even want to see him be Magneto. I think you kind of have to bring, and you'd have to do like, and I know this is cheating, but in my eyes, you would kind of have to do what you did with J. Jonah Jameson and like bring back Fassbender. I think Fassbender is the best Magneto, and you got to bring him in and like just he has to play the character. It's a different version. It's a variant. That's kind of. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. Let me see my mic. I just hit my mic. You guys can still hear me, right? Cool. All right. So hopefully, like they got to do it because variants are a thing, and I think that it would have to be Michael Fassbender. Call it cheating, but I have to do what I got to do. Have I seen Fury? I have not, but I've seen parts of it on TV, but I have not fully seen it. What's the worst candy you ate in a movie theater? I can't remember. Maybe, if someone ever tried to give me black licorice, I would probably say that. That stuff's nasty. Favorite director of all time? Mine is James Cameron. Mine's probably got to be Steven Spielberg. He's directed some of my favorites of all time. What would you say is your favorite decade of film is? That's a good one. That's a really good one. I like the 80s, but I also like the 2010s a lot. So there are my answers. Yeah, Arthur, it's a bummer that like Sony Animation has been so good with like Spider-Verse, but their live action projects are just like directionless. They need like guidance from Kevin Feige pretty much. Aiden in the house editing, so I can't comment much though. Well, welcome in, Aiden. Glad to have you here. It's always great to see your name in the chat. I hope you're doing well, Aiden. The Stranger Things brand's gonna get milked. I hope not, but you could be onto something because it is so huge now and it draws a lot of attention into like Netflix, and it's big money for them. They also have Squid Game now, which is huge, but Yeah, I think they're gonna milk Squid Game, and I think they're gonna probably milk Stranger Things, but only time will tell. Cam's here. Welcome in, Cam. Love you, Cam. Morbius is one of the few exceptions. Yeah, it's bad, guys. Unfortunately, it's very bad. How would I rank Matt Reeves as a director? He's a great director. He did the Apes trilogy. I haven't seen the Cloverfield. I think he did the first one, maybe. Yeah. And I have not, and the Batman, he's great, but I haven't seen. I wouldn't put him like as one of the best of all time yet. I think he's too young in the game, even though he's really damn good. I wouldn't put him too high up because I think he's too young in the game. Let me take a sip of water real quick. Now, if he delivers one of the best trilogy of all time in the Batman, and he's got the Apes trilogy, then we can open the floodgates to that conversation. But he's not like a top 10 all time. I don't know where I'd put him all time, but he's a really damn good director. Caleb with a super chat. Thank you so much, Caleb. I hope Patrick Stewart is playing the 90s cartoon Xavier. Like there's a cartoon universe in the trailer. That would be crazy and one of the biggest Marvel trailer trickerations we've ever seen if that is the case. I hope that he is not playing the version from the X-Men movies we know, just because that timeline's already so damn confusing. I hope he's playing a variant as well, but I don't know which variant I want him to play. I think he's definitely going to be playing a variant, and any version of past characters we see is probably going to be a variant. But again, it's kind of hard to tell. Who knows? I hope if we see Magneto, it's not Ian McKellen, though. I hope it is 100% Fassbender. And that's like the one thing I want in this movie, but I don't think we're going to get it. Anyway, thank you so much for the super chat. And that movie's going to be bonkers when it comes to the freaking cameos. My goodness. I hope at least. We kind of talked about that earlier. The Stranger Things directors have said while they're... Oh, I think my Wi-Fi might be acting up. Can you guys hear me or see me? It does this like once a stream, about at the hour mark. It's very unfortunate. I think you guys should be able to hear me now, though. Can you hear me? Let's see. Sorry about that, guys. It cut out. I knew it would. But Caleb had another question. Comment. The Stranger Things directors have said while they are planning spin-offs at some point, the episodes with the other test subjects was not intended as a spin-off setup. It was meant to advance 11's arc. Okay, well, that's good to know because I never want to see them again. That's such a bad episode, in my opinion. What's my favorite 70s film? It's got to be Star Wars, the original. Now, if I'm taking that out of the equation, you could go Jaws, which is a fantastic movie right there. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is a great movie. You could go, The Godfather is great. Taxi Driver is the 70s. The 70s is a good decade. So one of those probably. Yep, one of those I would say. I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. Fassbender needs to be back. Arthur, I'm telling you, that theater would erupt if he comes back. I'm telling you guys, eruption. Name one animated Batman villain you would like to see in live action. For me, Phantasm. I would say... I've only seen the first 10 minutes, but I feel like it would be cool to see Red Hood. I don't know. What do you guys think? I need to finish that movie. I started and I never got back into it. I was into it after the first 10 minutes. I just got sidetracked, and now it's April, and that was back in like February, so it's crazy how time flies. I've not seen The Hunt from Mads Mikkelsen, but I have heard good things. I also, what's that one called? Another Round? I haven't seen that either, but I've heard he's great in that. McAvoy is Professor X? Maybe. I feel like he won't, but if we got both of them, we could get a Deadpool joke where you could say, these timelines are so confusing because he's in the original Deadpool, McAvoy or Stewart, these timelines are so confusing. Great line. Would I want a Batman multiverse movie similar to No Way Home? I don't, honestly. I don't, because I just think it's unnecessary. Like, Spider-Man is more... he lends himself more to a multiversal idea because he's less believable. Like a man shooting spider webs out of his arm, it's less believable, but Marvel also feels more multiversal. I know that the whole Flashpoint thing exists, but like Batman, we don't need to see all these Batman either. It's not something that would be, I don't even know. They're all just brooding, like they don't have any like distinctions really. So I feel like it would just be a bunch of brooding Bruce Waynes in a room, and it wouldn't be that epic. Would it be cool? Yeah, but I don't really think I want it. Sony is great with smaller projects like Baby Driver, but their attempt at a cinematic blockbuster universe is a mess. Unfortunately, correct. Yeah, they don't really know what they're doing, and the whole post-credit scene of Morbius screwed a lot of things up, in my opinion. So, borderline unforgivable. We'll see what happens, though. 3 more weeks to Multiverse of Madness? Yes. The countdown is on. The countdown is on. We're good now? Sweet. Yeah. Sorry about the lag, guys. It does that like once a stream. I do apologize. Best casting of any comic book character in your opinion? I've thought about this lately, and I'll do one for TV. Or here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm just gonna say it. Could you guys envision any other actor in the world playing Iron Man? I can't. I can't. I can honestly envision someone else playing Captain America. I can, if I stretch it hard enough, I can see someone playing Thor even. I can even maybe see someone playing, well, there's a lot of Spider-Man, so there you have it. There's a lot of Batman. Wolverine's a tough one. It's either Hugh Jackman as Wolverine or RDJ as Iron Man. That's really what I've come down to. It's one of those two. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool as well. Those three are the irreplaceable ones to me. I also made a video where I said Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, which I do still kind of stand by, but I think that someone else might be able to do it. But those three are the three. Iron Man over Captain America any day of the week, in my opinion. Congrats on 7K. Thank you so much, Josh. You're the man. Everyone go check out his channel. Do it, to quote Palpatine. Deathstroke. Oh my God. Deathstroke needs to be in this trilogy. It sickens me because Joe Manganiello was a perfect casting. He was in the post-credit scene of Justice League. He was in the freaking Nightmare. They're setting up this Nightmare verse in Snyder Cut, and they're just never, ever going to show him again. It's sickening because he's the perfect casting. I love that character in the Arkham games, and they are never going to have him fight Batman, and it's quite frankly sickening. Sickening. Very unfortunate. What film location was shot close to your house? Ozark's not too far from where I live. That's TV, but they film like all the Marvel movies in Georgia, which is not far from where I live. And I live in Georgia, so that's not far from me. And Stranger Things, they filmed, let's see, Remember the Titans, they filmed some in Georgia. Forrest Gump in Georgia. There's a lot of stuff they filmed around where I live, kind of. Mads Mikkelsen is brilliant in those movies. Yeah, I'll have to check them out one day. It's novel writing time for me right now with your stream in the background. Well, hopefully that's going well, grinding out the novel. Do I think any Loki characters need to be Multiverse Madness? Great question. I've thought about this a lot. My answer, maybe we'll see Loki, but I feel like that show is so disconnected from everything right now that they might be doing too much to try and connect it here. The only reason I could see those characters showing up is because the writer, Michael Waldron, also who wrote Loki, wrote this movie. So that's the only reason I would see him trying to tie it together because they're two projects he wrote and he kind of knows them better. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe Kang, that would be pretty cool. Let's see. Let's see. Favorite movie of all time? I get asked this one all the time. Star Wars. The original Star Wars is my answer at the moment. Is lasagna a top 10 food? I like lasagna, not top 10. If you guys, I've had a variation of lasagna called chicken lasagna. Immaculate. It's better than beef lasagna in my opinion, and it's so damn good. It's not a top 10 food though, you know. It's not to me, but it may be top 25 or top 30, but not top 10. Jason Cruz says, sorry, no one can replace JK. You're right. I forget about that because he's like a side role, but you are right. No one can replace him, and he would be on my Mount Rushmore if I could redo that video. He would have taken Nick Fury's spot on my Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Thor, they have like knockoff versions, but they don't have anyone. Yeah, no one could replace Iron Man, in my opinion. Literally no one at all. Chicken lasagna is goated. Yeah, lasagna is a pretty solid food. But I'll probably take like 2 or 3 more questions. Wrap it up. We go in about an hour and 8 minutes. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys are new right now. Hit that like button. Let's get to as many likes as possible. If you're here on the replay, I do appreciate it. And feel free to send any super chats to guarantee get to your question or comment. It's also a way to help support the channel. You guys have killed it with support lately, and I'm excited for the future. But we'll take a few more questions. We'll go a few more minutes. Alex says, what music genre do you listen to often, and what's your favorite decade for music? I do not know years of music very well, so I cannot answer that part. But genre, I love like, I don't know what genre. I mean, like classic rock and like rock, like Foo Fighters. I like, but other than that, like I guess it would be like a pop type of music, but like whatever, like indie. I don't know how you would describe it, but like Tame Impala, I really am on a kick right now. I love like Harry Styles type of music, like Coin. What's that? Like it feel good is what I kind of classify it as, but like vibe, like music I can just chill and like vibe to. Like that song "Kids" by like MGMT, I think the band's called. Like that song's a bop. I enjoy music like that. So also like musical scores might be like my favorite. Honestly, I think musical scores might be my favorite genre of music. It's fantastic. So yes, love me some musical scores. Hans Zimmer. I was listening to Man of Steel on my walk/run today, and I felt like I was flying when I started sprinting. I felt like I was literally taking flight, as the name of the track would insinuate. Name one DC character you would like to see a horror survival type of game to. Um, we'll do Scarecrow. God, that would be scary. We'll do Scarecrow. Scarecrow's a creepy dude, especially in like Long Halloween, at least the movie adaptation. If I could have Damien Chazelle direct a comic book movie, which one would it be? I would probably have to say I'm thinking real hard on this one because I want to do something. He's done okay. First Man was like a biopic, but he did like Whiplash and Whiplash. Like Whiplash was basically about like this self like obsession. You know what would be cool is like a Daredevil movie directed by Damien Chazelle would be pretty cool. Really cool, actually. I'll go with that. A Daredevil movie with Charlie Cox directed by Damien Chazelle. Why the hell not? Hey man, you're my new favorite go-to channel. Congrats. Well, thank you so much. That means a lot that you choose my channel to go to. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you for joining the chat. Thank you. Mad Titan says Olive Garden is top 5 restaurant for me. Olive Garden is good. I haven't had it in years. I know it gets a bad rap because it's like knockoff Italian, people say, but they have really good chicken parm and I like the breadsticks and the salad, so I can't complain. Like I haven't been there, I'd say, in 5 to 7 years, but it's solid. It's solid, you know. I don't go there often, but it's solid when I do go there. Chazelle could do some obscure superhero. That'd be cool. Yeah. Like, is there someone called like Music Man, Piano Man? He could make his own superhero about like a piano playing vigilante or something like that. That would be pretty cool, honestly. A piano playing vigilante, whose arch enemy is he's stage fright. So he has this gift, but he's scared of crowds. So he doesn't use it to his ability or something. I don't know. There's a pitch for you. Music Man. Yeah. Movies and Train Studios, thank you so much for hopping in here. Thank you for the support, the continued support for a while. And we got one of the OGs in here. We got Jake in here. Jake, what's going on? Welcome in. I watched your short recently. I dug it. I really did. So keep doing what you're doing. And I'm always down to give feedback on your work. So, yep. RDJ, absolutely, Alex. RDJ, goated, Iron Man, best casting for sure. Who would you want to see Daredevil in the MCU even if his character was watered down? Oh, man. I've talked about this before. I don't want to see Daredevil or Punisher in the MCU if they're going to be like watered down, soft, and not really kicking ass, and with like the necessary blood when they're kicking ass. And they got to use the language when they need to use the language. So like it's kind of a bummer, but that's how I feel right now. I think no, honestly, I think they're going to bring him in anyway, and they are going to water him down. It's inevitable, and they'll be like, and the MCU will be like, oh no, guys, trust us this time. Like no, it's going to be brutal as hell. It's going to be super dark, like Moon Knight, like for sure. Yeah, like we'll see. But it's just irritating. Sometimes they over promise. They give us false promises with that kind of stuff. Robert says, would you ever consider watching some Bruce Lee movies? If so, would you pick up the Criterion set? I have never really thought about watching Bruce Lee movies. I mean, I'm sure they're probably entertaining, but there's so many genres out there. That's one that I just haven't really thought about checking out. I'm sure I would like it though. The martial arts aspect of it would be pretty cool. Jake says, seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once this weekend, can't wait. Enjoy the hell out of it. Really enjoyed that movie myself, and it's, again, I've mentioned it a few times in the stream. It's one of the more unique movie-going experiences I've ever had, and it basically creates its own genre. I won't say too much about the movie at all because I don't want to spoil or reveal anything, but it's definitely mind-bending, and you will probably dig it. Aiden says, I'm so proud of you and how far you've come, how far you have left to go. You're an amazing person, the best YouTuber out there, even though you like UGA. Well, thank you, Aiden. I know you and I, Aiden, we are an interesting dynamic because Florida and Georgia, the Gators and the Dogs, arch rivals. But you and I make it work. We got to run a Madden stream on Twitch again soon because that is fun as hell. And there's some iconic moments on Twitch. I still have them screen recorded of the field goal block or the field goal hitting the crossbar for you. I think I won that game. The pick six for the win for me. And then when I went for two and the guy dropped it. Those are like the three most iconic Twitch Madden moments, I think. The rage. Me's review says one of those trust me bro situations. Literally it is. It is. It's like, trust me, bro. Like this time we're going to be brutal. We're going to like have all the blood. And it's like, I don't know about that, Jim. To quote Tony Romo. Madden soon for sure. Absolutely. Thank you again, Arthur, for the support, man. It means a lot. I appreciate you saying that. And I'll end with this one because I like this question. What is the best Star Wars movie of the original trilogy? In my opinion, the original Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back is phenomenal. A 10 out of 10 film. But the original Star Wars is a perfect movie from start to finish. It is a hero's journey. It is it's a self-contained story. They didn't have to make more Star Wars after it. You've got the perfect villain, the perfect hero, the ultimate epic movie-going experience on the trench run of the Death Star. You've got Ben Kenobi dropping knowledge bombs, Han and Chewie, the Princess Leia story. It's all the set pieces, the nature of it all. It's just a little more simpler than Empire. Empire is more mature, but I like them both so much. Return of the Jedi, though, is the most underrated Star Wars movie. It's phenomenal. A 10 out of 10, just like the others. And it's the most, like, almost taken for granted Star Wars movie. People are like, oh, it's just the worst of the original trilogy. But, like, is that really saying much? Like, it's a damn good movie. I love Return of the Jedi. So, with that being said, that is going to do it for this 7K subs live stream celebration here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for coming out. If you're on the replay or if you're here in the chat the whole time, if you sent a super chat, it really does mean the world. Thank you so much to everyone who did that. If you are a new subscriber here, if you're an old subscriber here, no matter how long you've been here as a part of this community, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much. I can't wait to keep on growing this community, getting to know you guys more. I'll have a few announcements right now and then I will wrap it up. But number one, I've extended the Blu-ray bundle giveaway on Patreon to the end of this month. So if you become a Patreon member at any phase, that is phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3, you will be entered into the Blu-ray bundle giveaway where I will be giving away 5 Blu-rays, sending to one winner. There's only one person entered in there right now, guys. So it's going to that person if no one else enters, just let you know. And it is Midsummer, Interstellar, Taken, Napoleon Dynamite, and The Man Who Knew Too Much, Criterion Alfred Hitchcock film. The original, not the remake. So there you go. Those will be sent to you if you come on Patreon and you win that giveaway. Also, I'm doing a No Way Home digital giveaway. I have 2 codes to give away. All you have to do to enter, go watch my last video, like, subscribe, comment down below your favorite moment from No Way Home. You'll be entered into it. If you want 5 extra entries, though, again, you can become a Patreon member and you will have 5 extra entries. So you have 6 total entries to try and win No Way Home. But with that being said, thank you guys so much. Jason, Me's Reviews, Josh, Alex, both Alexes actually, Movies and Train Studios. Thank you all again for coming out and being active here in the chat. If you're on the replay, thank you so much. I know these time zones are weird, so I'm sure a lot of you are here on the replay. Make sure to hit the like button. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I can't wait to continue this journey. And I may be live tomorrow on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch at Filmstock. I'm playing Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga over there. I'll keep you guys updated on my Instagram, though. All my social medias are linked down below. But with that being said, I'm going to end the live stream. And I'll say this. This is a little Twitch plug. Ready? I say this at the end of every Twitch stream. So go follow me on Twitch. But here we go. Ready? Final words of the stream. Here we go. May the force be with you. Always.